Welcome to the Business Blast podcast. I'm your host, Tyler Wagner. This episode is brought to you by Authors Unite. Authors Unite makes the process of becoming a published, best-selling author as simple as sipping your morning cup of coffee. You can learn more about Authors Unite at authorsunite.com. Now, let's jump into the episode. All right, everyone. Welcome back to the Business Blast podcast. I'm your host, Tyler Wagner. Today, we have Julian Rosen with us. He's an entrepreneur and business growth coach, helping you build authentic success through fearless action. So welcome to the show, Julian.
Good to be here, brother. Thank you.
Awesome. We'll dive right in. The first question I have for you is, what's the best story from your life that has an underlying valuable message?
So the best story from my life with an underlying message is, and I always ask people to really answer this powerfully, is what's the worst thing that's ever happened to you, and how has that made you who you are today in an impactful and beneficial way? So crazy story, sad story, but I lost my mom to breast cancer when I was in my early 20s. And it's not so much a great story in that she passed away, but the spark that lit inside me to maximize my time here on earth and to really cut out the distractions and focus on my passion and my purpose, which is helping people live their fullest lives and build these massively impactful businesses, that became very clear to me. And so I really stopped dragging my feet. I really jumped into action fearlessly, which is kind of where this whole thing was born. But again, on paper, it doesn't look like the best story that's ever happened to me. But in retrospect, drawing the value from it, I can honestly say that was the most beneficially impactful thing that's ever happened.
And what's the most valuable piece of information we should know that's within your expertise or industry?
The most valuable thing that you can use right now is this notion that the feeling is not always going to precede the action. In fact, the way our brains are wired, if you are on a journey of growth, if you're on a journey of building something new and better, the feeling is actually not going to be there. The action has to come first. So whether, it's like, I don't feel like working out today. I don't feel like cold calling prospects. I don't feel like doing Facebook Live. Just know that the feeling should not come first. The action more often than not has to be the thing that leads the way.
And what's your best piece of overall business advice, so not necessarily industry specific?
Yeah, best piece of business advice overall is authenticity matters and authenticity wins. You are you for a reason. You are that secret sauce in your business. So find ways to maximize and amplify yourself and count on you first. Authenticity matters.
And if you could give your younger self one piece of advice, what would that be?
Dude, chill out a little bit and enjoy it. And a lot of these things that you're building up in your head is big and scary. 99% of them don't ever come true. And the ones that do come true are the best teachers. And
in your opinion, what's the key to happiness?
The key to happiness is being able to walk that line between having growth-oriented goals and striving to fearlessly pursue your impact, while at the same time having the awareness to love the hell out of what you're doing, to show gratitude for where you're at and really loving your process.
And what's the best book you've read, and what was the number one thing you learned from it?
Oh, man. So the best book I've ever read, it's more of an essay, but it's Self-Reliance. And the one thing, and you can get it for free right now. You just Google the Self-Reliance PDF. You can read it. It's in Old English, so it takes like forever. But I mean, the biggest takeaway from that is that you don't need permission to pursue your boldest dreams. You don't need permission to be yourself. And kind of society is arranged to kind of encourage you to water yourself down, when in reality, the people who are really changing the world are the people who refuse to water themselves down. So boldly and fearlessly be yourself. And
what's your favorite quote and why?
Oh, we're really getting it. Favorite quote from Self-Reliance is at the very, 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 very beginning and it's in Latin, so I'm not even going to read what I think it is in Latin because I don't speak Latin, but the translation means do not seek outside yourself, which is very, very, very straightforward. Like, you kind of already know the answers, have the courage to act on them.
Thank you so much for coming on, man. I really appreciate it. The last question that I have for you before we let you go is, where's the best place for people to find you online?
So online, the best place to find me is the-flp.com is my website. And then On social media, it's just Julian Rosen. On Facebook, I got a shaved head and tattoos. You can't miss me. And then on Instagram, it's Julian_fearless life.
Perfect, man. Thank you again for coming on.
Dude, my pleasure. Take care, Tyler.
Thanks for listening to the Business Blast podcast. And don't forget, if you're interested in a simplified way of becoming a published best-selling author, make sure to check out authorsunite.com. We'll catch you on the next episode.
The podcast you just heard was made using Anchor. Ever thought about making your own podcast? Anchor makes it really easy for anyone to get started. It's a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing podcasts. Best of all, it's 100% free. Sign up now at anchor.fm/new. That's anchor.fm/new to get started.